Welcome back. We're starting on part 3, preparing schools and engaging volunteers. This is exciting because, the schools will start preparing themselves as soon as the students start doing the work and start running around trying to get answers to their questions. So we know that one of the best ways to make this a seamless experience for your students is for there to be integration of college and career research in their classes based on their grade level. You can utilize virtual college tours if they are in school. Assigning college or scholarship essays in an English class is a great way to get students to begin to see that these skills I'm learning in my academic classes also have applications in my life work. Assign understanding financial aid in math. Make it practical. And then engage students in conversations about their institutions that are a good match and fit. Encourage them to talk to one another as well, although sometimes students share more misinformation than information when they do that. I do think it's important that you provide your colleagues with a communication calendar and students' task timelines. Ask them to assist with reinforcing messages. It's only going to take 8 seconds for a teacher to just say, from geography or world history or English, where are you in your college going process? And just hold the question there for them to hear. That other people other than you are asking that will help them understand how important it is. Share with your colleagues how you're going to communicate with students. What formats will you use and what is the frequency? State your goals for the school so it will be easier to evaluate where you came to meeting them. What success did you make? How would you improve in the future? And then share your ideas for celebrating and build on the 2020 graduation ideas. I think that we saw such creativity around the country that we can all see that that might be a way to celebrate students as they complete their applications, complete their FAFSA, they accept a particular campus, and as they graduate. Engaging volunteers might be tricky this time. They may not be allowed to come to the campus, and that's understandable. But who could you even think about engaging? I think that they can be virtual warriors and cheerleaders for you, but you have to be mindful of how people are allowed to contact your students if you're present or if you're not. Potential volunteers include retired educators, college access personnel, admissions representatives, local business leaders, faith-based community leaders, or local politicians. Is there a forum or is there a format by which they can be a part of an open Zoom meeting or a webinar or through taped messages that you can then show to the students? I think they can be incredibly important. A short message from your town's mayor to the students about why it matters to go to college could be a very powerful motivator. The same thing for different business leaders in your community. I do think that they can be incredibly important supports of your event, whether it's in person or virtual. There are recruitment opportunities to gather people and sort of take their pulse of their interest through local news stations, newspaper, the radio, through community partners, if you have any community-based organizations you regularly work with, college campuses, any number of groups. Community centers and libraries have been becoming more and more prominent in the work that's going on in several states. The post office is a great gathering place. That's a great place to put signs if you're allowed to, and grocery stores. So you can see that there is still messaging that can go out. When you engage your volunteers in the community, what else do you need to do? Well, you should conduct some type of training in advance of the event to discuss roles and how the event will run. You want to be sure that you use the same platform you'll host your event on if it's virtual, so they become comfortable with that system. And your job is to collect contact information from all of these volunteers because you need to thank them. Some ideas that we're hearing around the country of what volunteers can actually do in this time. Well, they can answer chatbot questions for you. They can call students if it's allowable to share that contact information to see if they have questions. They can be available on or in the virtual meeting space for questions. They can mail and deliver I applied stickers or other celebratory items to students. That's taking one thing off your desk. They can contact colleges for t-shirts, masks, and other gifts or swag for your event. So you can deploy them in ways that doesn't require you to do all the follow-up, but you can ask people who want to make this an important event work.